Hello gamers, this is GameFreaks365. Today we're going to be trying out a new indie game called 20XX. It's a roguelike Mega Man clone from indie studio Battery Staple Games. This game actually started as a Kickstarter project in 2014. It was previously called Echoes of Eridu. Now 20XX is an early access game on Steam. It's still currently in its alpha stage. The developers say that a beta build should be available starting September 15th. Alright, so we're going to start our playthrough now. You see right off the bat that our main character kind of looks like Mega Man. He's blue and he has the gun arm. You have a little tutorial to help you get the hang of things. Oh. You use the right bumper to dash across. Here you push right on the analog stick along with the A button to jump up the wall. Small health. Definitely feels like Mega Man so far. Like things that you pick up, you use the Y button. And the developers do recommend that you use an Xbox controller. Our first boss fight. You notice that there's not a health bar for us, because this is a tutorial. It's not hitting him. Keeps throwing stuff at me. There we go. Tutorial complete. Prepare to die. Alright, so what we're playing is Ninja. Let's try out Ace. Definitely reminiscent of Mega Man here. So we can buy some things if we have enough nuts, which we don't have any right now. But you get new abilities and stuff that you can upgrade your character. Here we have skulls. These are basically challenges that to make the game a little more difficult. Similar to Halo. One of the skulls was no health items dropping. Another one is making the levels longer. These will add some extra challenge to you hardcore gamers out there. A couple of challenges. Well, let's check out the daily challenge. He has a neat attack. It's like a sword. Those look like little hamsters. This is my first playthrough of the game, so if I look kind of rusty, it's because I'm not familiar with it at all. And I never really was a big Mega Man player growing up. I know that's almost blasphemous, but since they came out with Mega Man 9 and Mega Man 10 on the next-gen consoles, I've started to take more of an interest in the series and knockoffs like this one. But I imagine if you grew up with all of the Mega Man games back on the NES and SNES, PlayStation. It's gonna feel really nostalgic, especially if you're a Mega Man X fan. This seems to be more the Mega Man X style. So enemies can drop health. They also drop bolts, which are kind of the currency in the game. Try not to get hit by him. Oh! The little hamster just jumped into us. Just do a little exploring. Pick up some health before we move forward. Let's see what this crate is up here. Some kind of item, glass cannon. Gain speed, damage, and... Alright, so we move a little faster. Looks like a passive ability. I don't want to equip it or anything. And our next boss fight, our first real boss fight. The last one was just a tutorial. It's pretty easy. Well, I guess once you get those skulls turned on, these levels will be a little more difficult. Although, I guess we'll see what the other levels look like in a minute. And get some kind of bonus for beating the stage. Go with bolts. So it looks like we gotta select what level we want to play next. Looks like an ice-themed level, kind of sliding down these ramps. No. Well, that's convenient. See, in Mega Man, I don't think you would have nearly as forgiving of an ending there. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I know some of the hardcore Mega Man fans really, you know, one of the main appeals of this series is how challenging it is. I tend to be more in the camp that you should try to make games a little more accessible, still make it challenging, and just have the option to have like a hardcore mode. I guess the skulls kind of are a hardcore mode in that sense. Well, I don't think I'm going to get past this guy. Only one health bar left. I don't have a ranged attack. Nope. No, you can't win them all. Alright, let's go into the game proper. These levels are procedurally generated. So this does look familiar. We just played this level, but Because it's procedurally generated, means that the layout is randomized. So I guess in theory you technically have a limitless number of levels that you can play. I mean, there are going to be repeating themes, whether it's the enemies or the sort of platform design and art style. I don't know, I think it kind of opens up some exciting possibilities. I didn't even see him. Kind of just blended in with the level. Oh, that's helpful. Little penguins floating around. Right, another boss. It's a spider. Mechanical spider. What? What is up with these boss fights? I'm guessing that the first level is just really easy. And maybe they ramp up the difficulty as you get further into the game. Something I'm going to have to ask the developer. Let's check out this guy. It's a pretty big enemy. So again, you have different themes for the various levels. The layout of the level is randomized. Let's see if we can get on this platform. Jump too soon. There we go. It's kind of weird that Capcom didn't release a Mega Man game for so long, it seemed. They finally came out with 9 and 10, and now it seems like the series is kind of gaining interest from people again. Maybe that was already there and they just didn't tap into it. But Mega Man definitely still has a very committed following. I guess you can buy items mid-level. I don't have the necessary bolts to do that. Alright, we're gonna go up and around. Oh, wasn't expecting that to collapse. There we go. And I'm gonna get an earful from you guys in the comments. Alright. Well, let's go back to Ninja. I like his ranged attack. What do we have down here? Okay, it's everything that we've collected so far. Does it change? All right. Sometimes you'll play the same levels or level themes consecutively. Well, that's not a good way to start. Maybe find some health here. Another thing that Mega Man fans will definitely appreciate is the retro style soundtrack that they have. It all sounds really good so far. So we have gravity platforms. You reach the end of the platform, it sends you dropping down. Oh, just missed. Good thing that's there. I don't know, just from watching this, what do you guys think? Is this a type of Mega Man clone that you're interested in? Definitely would appreciate your feedback, especially if you've played the game. I have 4 health bars. Don't know how far that's gonna last. Not very. Let's spend some of this currency that we have. I always like having the passive ability to pick up more of whatever in-game currency there is. Starts to have a multiplying effect. And you can buy more items. So what are my thoughts so far on this? Well, as really not a big Mega Man fan, I have to say that I do find the game entertaining so far. It's definitely a challenge, even though it is kind of nerfed compared to old school Mega Man games. This game's also supposed to have co-op. I haven't had a chance to try that yet. I'll definitely speak more to the co-op features in our review whenever the game finally comes out. But that definitely sounds pretty promising. I think the fact that the levels are randomly generated is a pretty neat idea. Definitely makes it so that you'll be able to get dozens of hours out of it instead of just a handful of hours. But it also kind of makes it a lot more difficult because you can't just memorize the level. It seemed like a big part of Mega Man was always just remembering where everything is and using that to your advantage. You can't do that here. Again, we're down to just 2 health bars. Let's see if we can vanquish this enemy here. There we go. And the game should become progressively easier just because you start collecting so many items. And I guess just getting a basic hang for how things work, even though you won't know how the level is laid out. But the items seem to play a pretty big role in the overall game. Definitely like to see different themed levels added. I'm sure that they're working on that. This is pretty cool. First time we've encountered this theme. How did we get down? You know what? Your health, whatever health you had for the last level, carries over to the next level. So if you start with really low health, then you're kind of screwed. This is really neat. Whoa, what is that? Shooting lasers from the sky. Alright, well I think that's going to do it. 20XX is available on Steam Early Access for $12. The beta version will be coming out on September 15th. You can check out our full First Impressions preview on the Game Freaks 365 website at the link below. Be sure to subscribe to the Game Freaks 365 YouTube channel for more First Impressions videos, Let's Play videos, and video reviews. Also be sure to check us out on Facebook and Twitter as we provide daily updates on gaming news as well as our featured content. Thanks again for watching.